Everyone, welcome to Ant Flow Friday. I am Gina Bonanno of Raw News and Politics. This is my friend and co-host for the day, or for every Friday, Alex from Devil's Advocate Productions.
Am I getting replaced?
Yeah, no, just today. Next week, we'll see. No. And yeah, before anybody starts commenting, because it's always like a big thing with women, I guess, like our hair, our makeup, if we look different. Yeah, yes, I did. I got my hair did yesterday. So it's a little darker. It's always darker the day after. That's not a metaphor for anything. It's just they put a toner on it because I get brassy.
Looks
sassy.
Fantastic, Gina.
I'm sassy and brassy.
She's sassy and brassy.
Yeah, sassy and brassy. So she can't get rid of the sass, so she at least gets rid of the brass. But thank you, Pinkerbell.
Pinkerbell Etch, what's going on, folks? How you doing? I am still on vacation, on location. Hopefully this goes better than it did on this space yesterday. I tried to pop in, but I was so choppy and the audio was so bad. And I was on my phone and it was dying. It was like 10%. I couldn't hear anybody. They literally had to give me the light like I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, all right, your time's up, dude. Get out of here. Go enjoy your vacation.
They're like giving you the hook.
Yeah, exactly.
He's done, Alex. You're done, Alex. Off. Yeah.
So what do we got going on?
You got like the bad buzzer on.
Yeah.
On the talent shows.
So we got some good clips for you today.
So much stuff to get to. Oh my God. Okay, so first of all, I think we need to talk about this Air Force One decoy thing that went down.
Yeah,
like
I think we
this
do.
is some crazy shit. So for anybody who has not heard, let me see here. I thought I had it. Oh, here it is. So I have a video. With CNN, you can only play up to a minute before you get hit with, stealing content. So
oh really? Okay.
Yeah. So I try to keep everything to a minute or less with them. But this is a short 1 minute clip of a CNN segment. And they're talking about this whole thing. For anybody who doesn't know, let me set this up for you. About a month ago, Trump was in Turkey. And he famously, was like saying, "Oh yeah, to one of the reporters, oh well, you're on a dangerous flight." Well, we didn't know how true those words were, right? We just assumed Donald Trump lies all the time. So now we're finding out, actually, it was a dangerous flight. Donald Trump snuck off of the plane. So here's the summation of what went down.
Trump was seen boarding Air Force One at 8:24 p.m. local time on July 8th. But actually, according to the Post, and you can see here, Trump and several of his aides were secretly shuttled minutes later onto this airport catering truck. Now, the Post reports that the president was on that catering truck when it pulled away from Air Force One at 8:30 p.m., secretly bringing him to a smaller plane, an Air Force C-32A, making the Air Force One that everyone thought he was on a decoy. He was asked by reporters why they had been told to lower their window shades, given the pictures that you can see now. It makes what the president told reporters in that gaggle afterward all the more noteworthy.
Do you know why they had us close our window blinds? That was not usual. Well, yeah, because you're probably on a dangerous flight because of the sleaze bags that we have to deal with.
My God.
Maybe he's referring to himself.
Yeah.
The sleaze bags we have to deal with. You're on a dangerous flight because I'm a sleaze bag. But yeah, so now it's come out that he left most of his aides, most of his people, including Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, left him on the decoy flight.
That's so funny. It's so Trump. It's so Trump.
people are now saying, like, is this why Caroline Levitt quit? Did she realize he doesn't give a shit about me? Because he took like Pete Hegseth, and then he took that other blonde, I forget her name, that she's known as the human printer. She's like
yeah,
some 30-year-old who her brother said to the press that they have this very sick, deranged relationship.
Yeah.
She just like fawns all over him.
Because, he's an old man like my father, who just had surgery, so prayers to him. But he needs everything printed out. Like, he will still print out MapQuest directions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think he's more ancient than that. I think it would be Thomas Guide.
Yeah.
Correct. I think it would be Thomas Guide pages where you have to look up the page and the square number. But yeah, she goes. Oh, thank you, the bookie worm. Natalie Harp is her name. So she goes everywhere with him, and apparently he took her on the flight with him and left Caroline Levitt, Kim Jong Levitt, left Marco Rubio, left all of his other people to just be blown out of the sky.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, if you just had a baby, you have another child at home, you're probably thinking, yeah, I'm not down for this. Like, do I really want to give up my life for this man?
Yeah, I wonder if, because it was on good terms, right? Usually when he's like firing someone, he will, they're horrible, and I gotta get them out of here and replace them with someone better. This one was kind of like, we appreciate her service and this and that. So seems like this is her idea to leave.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I said on my show the other day, I thought it was because she, is seeing the writing on the wall. Democrats are going to take over in the midterms. And she has been one of his closest aides and advisors for, a year and a half. She knows way too much. She is going to be called in. She's going to have to lawyer up. She's going to burn through a lot of her husband's, wealth.
Yeah.
That she was banking on for retirement.
Yeah.
And so I think her husband probably, pulled her aside too, if I had to guess, and said, hey, you really want to do this? You really want to stay with this? But
I ain't spending this money on your legal fees.
Yeah. But, then seeing other people point out, oh, yeah, this happened. Like, she decided to step down right after the story broke about how he left her and others on this decoy plane. So maybe that was like the final straw. Maybe that was.
She was there. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that makes sense. He's also not too. Oh, sorry. I'm still moving around the iPad trying to get a better angle here. Because I realize I'm shorter than you now, and I feel insecure about that.
That never happens with me. Trust me. I'm a shoddy.
With you're a shoddy. I love that. New branding, Shoddy Fridays. This happened so many times in Trump 1.0, like people leaving the administration, either being fired by him or just quitting and being like, hey, I want to get out of here before the ship fully sinks, and I want to get my book deal at the New York Times, or I want to get my speaking engagement circuit going. I want to get my pundit career going. She'll land. She'll land at Fox or like News Nation or something. Yeah,
Yeah, within that's months, where I would say.
Kellyanne Conway and Kayleigh McEnany are on Fox. Sean Spicer is on like Newsmax or something. Like they're all the press secretaries land pretty well. I mean,
it's a revolving door with Fox, really, because how many from Fox are in the administration now?
Yeah, and then from the administration go back to Fox.
Yeah,
Fox is a holding pattern until there's a new Republican president, and then there's their administration. Just pick from the pool here at Fox.
Yeah, the morons at Fear News Network.
And this is a funny story. Her leaving and all that, and him getting carted away to a separate plane in a food cart, which is hilarious.
Well, not a food cart, a food truck.
Food truck.
Yeah. So
but
they
if you-
weren't like squatting. Can you imagine him trying to
Well-
squat down and fit in a food cart?
the first thing I saw about this was an
It would
AI
have to be
video
like a
of
full
him
fridge.
squished into a full cart, food
Yeah,
cart.
no, it
like
would
on a
have to be
plane.
like a commercial sized refrigerator
Yeah.
on wheels. Like you're not. It's like when my dad passed. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but my dad was at his heaviest, like 365 pounds, and we were not close. He was none of us kids. None of us spoke with him for years before he passed. He was just a violent psycho. But yeah, we were we're sitting in the mortuary, and I know they have these places bugged because they were trying to sell us at top of the line. You know, you want the best for your dad, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there like, really? And so the lady goes, you know what? I'll let you siblings talk about it. And, you know, I'm going to step out for a minute. So this is how I know they have the room bugged, because I'm like, I say we go buy the biggest refrigerator we can find. We give it away to charity, and we use the box and we bury him in that. And my brother's like, oh my God, no, we can't do it. I'm like, why not? Why not?
That's
What
metal.
the fuck did he ever give us?
That's metal.
The person comes back in and they're like, you know, we do have some other options. We do have some economic, you know, or how did she put it? I forget. Like
Economy class.
Yeah,
economy class
type
coffins.
products that you guys can look at. And I'm like, yeah, let's see those.
Yeah. That's great.
But yeah, this is what it made me think of Trump. Yeah, he would have to be. It would have to be a very big box.
A big box. But yeah, I think just on this note of Levitt, like I don't want these people to get away with this. I don't want her to live like a comfortable, even if she doesn't do punditry or something. If she's like, I'm gonna be a lobbyist, I'm gonna be behind the scenes, you'll never hear my name, see me again. Like Eric Adams is doing, trying to sell data centers in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Andrew Cuomo trying to beef up crypto and be in that industry.
Yeah.
I don't want these people to disappear like Donald Rumsfeld disappeared and did get accountability. They all need to be prosecuted for their part in this criminal mafia of administration.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And she was in the room. She knows a lot.
Oh,
she knows the real shit. And so, yeah, they need to haul her ass in regardless of whether she steps down. And then the funny thing, well, not funny, haha, but the ironic thing is now we're finding out this whole threat from Iran against Donald Trump is probably not even real. Did you hear about this? That now they're saying, oh, well, actually, this so-called threat was reported to Trump and the U.S. by the Israelis.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't have an ulterior motive to tell Trump that he's likely to be assassinated by them.
Try to get him pissed off and play on his emotions. And, you're so important, Donald. They're trying to get you. You know, we really got to keep sticking out with this war. Quote Emma Vigeland from the Majority Report. Like, this would be like Israel planning to kill Lindsey Graham. They are helping. Iran wants Trump in there because they're getting everything they ever wanted. They're getting anything they ever wanted from an American president. So they want him to stay there. Please.
Yeah, they have the upper hand. They know he's in a bad political place because more than half of the country already hated him. And now he's completely turned this into a shit show, just blown up the economy. Speaking of which, we should probably go to that next.
Okay.
Let me bring up some of these videos because these are fun. So, as everybody knows, economy's in the toilet. Gas prices, they've been able to kind of maintain with our strategic reserves, and because we're pumping more, and China did us a solid for some reason and decided that they weren't going to import as much. So for whatever reason, it hasn't gotten as bad as we thought it was going to get, but the economy is still shit. We've had horrible jobs numbers. They've had to walk back some of them recently. Last month, what it was like under 50,000 or something.
Yeah.
And then a large
There was
portion
an
of
adjusted
them.
from earlier in the year where they had a bigger number. And like, actually, that big number
Yeah.
from earlier is actually lower than we
Yeah.
reported
And
initially.
they were anticipating even, pathetic numbers like 75,000. It was even worse than that. And then we're finding that a lot of people just aren't even looking for jobs anymore. So they're not even counted in the unemployment numbers. So it's all smoke and mirrors, and it's making it look better than it is, but it still looks like shit.
Yeah.
So what is the Trump administration doing? How are they trying to fix this and help the American people? They're not. They're just trying to spin it, just like the Biden administration did. They're trying to blame Biden still. So I'm going to play. Here is one clip. This is Scott Bessent, one of Donald Trump's officials, explaining that actually people really like paying more for things. They're just not saying it.
Why aren't we seeing this sentiment? Why are people feeling better?
Well, when I was in the investment business, there are consumer surveys, but I used to look at what are the people really doing. So at Treasury, we have loads of CEOs come through, whether they're in retail, credit card, the banks, and the consumer, while they may be sounding grim, is actually quite buoyant. So we are seeing spending has been very solid across most categories.
So they might not feel good, but...
Well, look, in their heart of hearts, they feel good. I'm not sure what they're telling the survey people.
In the heart of hearts.
In your heart of hearts, Alex.
I'm not sure what they're telling the survey people, inflation. But oh my God. Oh my God. What cope from this guy, man.
Oh my God.
Do you remember the first administration? I think the guy who had his job, Steve Mnuchin, remember that? He was holding up the sheet of like $100 bills. Just
he went
super
to the Treasury.
villains.
Yeah.
These are super villains, man.
They are just such ghouls. So yeah, people actually, they won't tell pollsters, but they really secretly do love paying more for things, and they're totally happy. And then to double down, he goes on news. I can't remember if it's new. I think it's News Nation or Newsmax. It'll show. And it's all Biden's fault, according to Bessent. So first he says, no, actually people like paying more, but even if they do, it's Biden's fault. So I guess maybe those people who like paying more should thank Biden, according to Bessent. So take a look at this.
It comes up all the time. We spent 45, 50 years fighting communism, the Soviet Union, which collapsed. Show me where it's ever worked before, whether it's the Soviet Union, Cuba, Venezuela, and these policies, you always end up with less. You always end up with less of what people want. And look, people should be upset. The Biden administration torched them. It was 21.5% unemployment, 4 or 5% loss of purchasing power. Wages didn't keep up. And for working Americans, I think the inflation level is probably 30 or 35% for things like autos, insurance, rent. And we've been trying to bring those down. A lot of times I tell people, I feel like an emergency room doctor. The patient came in, he'd been backed over by a truck, and the first thing we had to do was stabilize the patient. And now we've applied the right medicine, and things are getting better slowly.
They applied the right medicine, Alex. A war is the medicine that they've applied to make things better.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the first part of that, I should have set it up. The first part, the host had asked him, hey, we're seeing this rise of DSA candidates and, this left populist movement. Do you think that's because we're seeing prices rise, because we're, having this economic turmoil right now? And that was Bessent's launching point for, oh, well, communism.
Right.
Communism has never gotten us what we want. It's always made things worse. You can't get things anymore. Again, conflating socialism, democratic socialism, and communism, which are three completely different things, as we've discussed ad nauseum here. But then also, ignoring the fact and the irony that, oh yeah, you just can't get things. It makes things more expensive. Oh, as opposed to now,
Right.
as opposed to what we're living through with capitalism.
Right. It's just it's crazy that they think like I've seen more clips than especially this week on CNN, um, Fox News, some News Nation, Newsmax, where there's kind of like, whereas before they would just casually throw out communist, socialist, whatever as like a derisive word and leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're kind of going, why are people doing this? And let's examine why. Even on the conservative networks, they're going, well, maybe things are just expensive and they're desperate and they're going for this thing. Both parties aren't serving them and they're going to this thing, and they're even still framing it as like they're going for this thing that won't actually help them in the end.
Right.
Socialism or
They
democratic
still frame it
socialism, whatever.
negatively.
Right, but they're still like they're trying to empathize, which is the new thing that I'm like, oh, I'm shocked that you're even trying to empathize. That shows me they're fucking scared. They're fucking terrified of what can happen in the midterms and what's happening already now in these primaries.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is like breaking news for my audience, but next week, and for you too, Alex, next week, I'm actually going to have a right-wing pollster on the show.
Oh, cool.
So Mark Mitchell, I've talked about him before. He's on Bannon's show a lot. He was recently on with Owen Schroyer, who used to be, with Alex
Jones. Yeah.
Alex Jones. Yeah. So he's going to come on. He saw a segment I did about him and his new polling outfit because he was working for Rasmussen at polling, and they shut him up. They literally silenced him because he was telling the truth about the polls.
Interesting.
So he's going to come on. We're going to talk about that and some, little bit of disagreements that we have.
I'm sure
on the job of the pollster, and I definitely want to talk to him about immigration. But yeah,
he's coming on. He's coming on Friday.
No, we're going to record Tuesday. It'll probably be up on Wednesday next week.
Okay.
But yeah, he has been putting out quite a few posts saying, like when Republicans lose in the midterms, when it's a bloodbath, don't say I didn't warn you, and laying out different reasons why things are going so horribly for them, and just that nobody's listening and taking the cues to, change what they're doing and to try to take a different posture.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's why, again, there's probably some consultants like him or other, because I look, I have no idea. I'm very interested to watch this interview, but I could assume like you get fired because you're telling the truth, and okay, fine, but like you're gonna lose, and maybe there are some other Republicans who are,
I think he left of his own accord,
right?
Because they were trying to silence him,
right? Okay,
and basically, basically told him like, you need to shut the fuck up. Because they were getting some sort of donation from a Trump-aligned PAC, and they were saying like, you telling the truth is going to hurt that donation. It might jeopardize that donation. So I think that's when he decided to walk. Yeah.
So short-sighted, this whole thing. It's just like, can I get the money now, or can we like build a movement that will last?
Yeah.
Well, give it to me now, because we're all gonna die because we're old. Right. I don't know. But I can't imagine he's the only one.
Yeah, the lawmakers are clearly not getting the memo, or they just don't care, or they're just not allowed to speak out. But here is, to that point, one, I think this is a lawmaker. I don't know who this was, and it doesn't say in the clip, but here's another person on Fox News blaming Biden for Trump's economy.
No doubt the polls right now are challenging for the reality that that we all face. I mean, there are prices that we're still dealing with in the Biden administration. And the contrast is, what do the Democrats want to do? They want to go back to the Biden economy.
Yeah, we're still dealing with prices from Biden. Here's why this is not going to fly. Okay. 100% Donald Trump took responsibility, took ownership of the economy when he started this war. And I've talked about this on my show before. I saw a very, very stark demarcation line, like night and day, in all of the focus groups that I watch and listen to. Before the war, people were still saying, these are all swing voter focus groups that I listen to. These are all people who went for Biden in 2020 and then flipped to Trump in 2024. So these are not Democrats. Most of them are independents. There's a few Republicans. Most of the groups, like, people won't even say they're Democrats. They're like, yeah, I'm independent. You know, maybe one or two out of the many will be Democrats, and that's it. But every single person almost says, like, before the war, it's still Biden's economy. We're still dealing with the fallout from Biden. We have to give Trump time. It takes a while to turn things around, blah, blah, blah. After he started the war, 180 degrees different. Almost to a person, they're now saying he screwed up. I'm pissed at him. He said no new wars. It's now raising prices. I can't afford gasoline. Like, it was such a stark difference. So he took an easy conversation, an easy lie of, it's all Biden's fault still. If things still suck, it's all his fault. And completely flipped it on himself, completely shot himself in the foot by starting this war.
Yeah, it's
voters.
It's, voters are the biggest block in the country is people who don't vote. Of the people who do vote, how much they pay attention to the news, even smaller group of, especially people who are like following day to day. They just feel when they pick their heads up and start looking for news, it's because something's gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Like the whole argument of, like, vote for Biden so we can go back to brunch or whatever it was in 2020. Like, that's across the board, by the way. That's like, the Republicans didn't want Trump again. They wanted like DeSantis or Nikki Haley. Remember?
Yeah.
They wanted a Bush era kind of standard boilerplate Republican to just get in there, quiet everything down.
Right.
Quiet it down. And because they don't want to pay attention to the news. Nobody, they want to go live their life and go to brunch.
Lawmakers don't want anyone shining a spotlight on what they're doing.
Exactly.
And seeing, like, how they're screwing us all over.
And Trump being in there tweeting every fucking day.
Yeah. Go away.
Yeah.
They won't know we're in here.
I mean, even in Trump's first term, people like learning the Secretary of the Treasury's name and like following all this so closely. Yeah, exactly. It's a spotlight, and the roaches are panicking. So they wanted to go back to brunch, and they want to go back to brunch now. Like, that's why I think Tucker and Margaret Taylor Greene are starting this third party, this Republican version of Third Way.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to, like, set up J.D. Vance. Who knows how the hell J.D. is going to try and separate himself from the Trump administration. Trump tried to hang his first vice president. What do you think he's going to do when you're actively running against him? It's going to be hilarious. But
yeah, no, it's not going to work. Even this guy I'm having on next week, Mark Mitchell, when he was on with Owen, he was saying, like, they were talking about, what do you think chances are of Vance, successfully running in 2028? And Mitchell was like, no, like he should just sit it out, because it's going to be carnage, essentially. Like, that's my word, not what he said, but I'm paraphrasing. But he, basically said, look, he should just sit it out till 2032, because
honestly,
any Republican running in 2028 is going to be saddled with Donald Trump and everything that he's doing right now, and it's not going to be good. So he
and
should basically said he should let Marco Rubio do it, let him get slaughtered, and then he should run in 2032.
Oh, poor little Marco. Poor little Marco.
Yeah, first he gets stuck on the decoy plane, then he gets thrown to the wolves in 2028. Like, he can't catch a break.
I was watching some YouTube videos of like Owen Schreier maybe changing his tune and like leaving Trump in this, and I was like, oh my god, literally a Kyle Kalinske video of it. And now I'm like, oh, maybe this is why. Maybe this guy that you're going to talk to is like woken him up of like, dude, we gotta get rid of this guy.
To be fair to Owen, he started to turn against Trump before he even left Alex Jones.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because he started to get upset about the way things were going, and the Epstein files and all kinds of stuff, and so he started to kind of change his tune back then. And it's my understanding, and I'm actually going to try to get Owen on the show as well. So I don't want to speak for him, but the feeling, the sense I got is that Alex Jones was trying to shut him up. So, that he didn't want anything negative about Trump on the channel.
That makes sense. I mean, now we have Alex Jones being out there being like, we should invoke the 24th, the mental acuity amendment, 25th Amendment, get him out of there.
Yeah, I think because he saw, he sees Candace Owens taken off, sees her channel just getting traction, and Megyn Kelly and all these people who are actually standing up to Trump and actually pissed off about things and speaking out. So I think, he's like, this is where the money's going. This is where the vibe is shifting. So I'm going to flip too.
Which is crazy. Like, Megyn Kelly in particular always is like, oh my God, girl, you left Fox because you were sexually harassed by Roger Ailes, and then they didn't defend you when Trump made the famous bleeding out of your eyes, bleeding out of your wherever comment at the debate, national debate, and then went to NBC, couldn't resist but try and defend blackface for Halloween costumes, still left because you already signed a contract. They still had to pay you out millions and millions of dollars, and now you have a show on SiriusXM. You can do whatever you want, but you're still going to defend him.
Yeah.
And went to the point of most recently what I saw, this was a couple months ago, considering how recent I look at anything Megyn Kelly related, but she was defending Epstein, going like, oh, they were like 14, 15, like, that's barely legal. Like, and now you're going to come against Trump? So, like, what is your line now? I was always against him. Remember my brave stance on Fox? It's like, no, dude, look, it's all kayfabe. It's all theater.
Yeah, I think some of it is theater with her. I also think that she just really doesn't want to lose. And I think that's where it kind of stems from, that she's panicking because she sees that he's screwing up so bad that it is going to cost the Republicans.
Yeah.
And
and the brand.
That's more
like the Republican brand is slaughtered. He joked, Trump himself joked about, like, if they win the midterms, you're not going to have another Republican president for like 50 years. And like, maybe, because you have exposed not just the rot of the country, capitalism, the duopoly, the complicity of the Democrats, but the core ideology of the Republican Party is just KKK. It is we love racism and we love the wealthy. That's all we care about.
You are setting me up so good for this next clip I have.
That's why I'm the co-host.
That was the perfect segue. So this is another clip I have. I don't know where this was, but this is a Republican lawmaker. He's from Wisconsin, and let me look at his name here, so I can tell you guys. Oop.
While you're looking at that name, folks, in the chat, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this stream, let people know that we have On Flow Fridays every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. We got to get Dieter McBusiness on the show. Me and him do a show on This Space TV, which is how Gina and I know each other. Go subscribe over on This Space. Open another tab. Go subscribe to This Space
Right.
TV. We're live Mondays through Thursdays. All different hosts. We're adding new hosts all the time. Ben Dixon was on there. We're doing election coverage. It's every Tuesday for the past 3 weeks now. Next week as well. For Florida, Oliver Larkin and Elijah Manley. We're going to hope that they can unseat Debbie Wasserman Schultz and get a little vengeance for 2016 Bernie. Anyways, did you find the name?
Yeah, and the other guy, what's his name down there?
Moskowitz.
Yeah, Moskowitz. Got to get rid of him. Jesus.
Oof.
What a nightmare.
They just canceled a rally. They're going to have a rally tomorrow.
Really?
Or today? Either today or tomorrow. And Laura Loomer and a different Democrat, Gottlieb, got together and pressured the venue into canceling. Much like the same thing happened in Denver for Mela Quiros, who's ironically gonna be at this rally too. And that what happened there was they turned it into a protest, and it got even more eyes and attention. Hopefully, the same thing happens here.
Oh, that would be awesome. So let me set this up. This is Wisconsin House member Glenn Grotham. I'd never heard of this guy before, but apparently he is a Republican lawmaker. So here's what he says. Here's who he thinks we should be trying to help more.
Let anybody tell you the people running Congress right now are looking out for the rich. Actually, I think we should do a little more, but we don't. Right now we are doing all we can to help the middle class. Right? If I was designing a tax cut for the rich, I wouldn't talk about overtime. I wouldn't talk about car loans. Right? We are aimed at helping the average guy. And that's why when you talk to people in April, when their tax preparer finishes their tax return, again and again and again and again, their refund is greater than they thought it was.
I mean, first of all, he's lying through his teeth that they're so focused on the middle class. But to say, personally, I think we should do more to help the rich.
Talk about mask off.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Like they're going, Democrats, what would you like to eat for the midterms? Here, let me give it to you on a silver platter. It'll be warm. It'll be delicious. I'll have our GOP chefs are cooking it up specially for you.
I was gonna say, if the Democrats actually wanted to win, that clip would be in every single attack ad.
Oh my God!
For the midterms, instead. But I love your analogy. What would you like to eat, Democrats? And here's the establishment going, I don't want any of that. I actually want to go eat this Hassan Piker guy in the DSA. Yeah. That's what I want to eat. Glass.
It's sickening. It is sickening that they are not using these clips over and over and over again 24/7 as the Republicans would in the reverse. Instead, it's Hassan Piker gate. It's get the pitchforks and torches for Hassan. Just freaking pathetic.
It's like fuck, I lost it. They desperately they don't care. I mean, this is really, it's been a cynical retort I've seen online for years. The Democrats don't actually want to beat the Republicans. They want to just beat the left. And I think it's playing out now. We're seeing it. And Normies are seeing it. Normies are seeing them talk about Hassan every other day. Like, where's the coverage of Max Miller? This lunatic like Republican who's throwing boiling water on his wife, and they're like, we're not even going to back off supporting him. We're going to keep going. Where's that? Where's all
Only on my
the
channel,
graph?
apparently.
Yeah.
Only on my show.
This is good. You know, I was watching Hassan live yesterday, and he said, for the first time in a long time, I don't watch Hassan. He yells too much, frankly. And this is saying someone who yells a lot. He's going like, as much as, you know, it helps independent media, people like you, people like me, people like this space, Hassan, for the mainstream to screw up this much. It helps us, but ultimately we need a consensus-based reality. We've been living for a decade with alternative facts. You know, the famous line from Kellyanne Conway. We've been living in a decade, and, you know, quite frankly, it was longer than that. But, you know, maybe let's talk about Reagan and whatnot. But the idea of the right wing has successfully created their own ecosphere where they don't have to address real issues. They can just talk about trans people playing basketball. What I was going to say earlier that popped out of my head was, you want to talk about reactionaries, Democrats and the reactionaries, they wait for the Republicans to set a narrative, whether it's Mr. Potato Head or the green M&M not being sexy enough for Tucker's liking, or, you know, Sophie Cunningham is the most oppressed person in America. And then the Democrats go, okay, well, we got to talk about this now on CNN and MSNBC and lead every show with this. Like, set your own fucking narratives. You were good at this during the Bush administration. They were called Bush a Nazi. And I was, you know, a kid in high school, like, I don't know, that seems extreme. Actually, looking back, no, that's pretty accurate. And the mainstream was on this. This Iraq war is no good. Now, it took them a while to get there because, of course, initially they were all in. Yes, rah, rah, America, vengeance for 9/11 and all this. The aluminum tubes and whatever, like, uranium thing that Colin Powell was bringing to the UN. But eventually they switched. And it's particularly around 2004 when the election was coming up and we got the support for John Kerry. Then it was, okay, we're all out of Iraq and Afghanistan, like, propaganda. We don't want to do this anymore. And they were setting narratives, and the Republicans were on the back foot. They had to respond to allegations of Abu Ghraib and what's going on with Iraq. And actually, Iraq had nothing to, Saddam Hussein had nothing to do with 9/11 or has nuclear weapons. What are you talking about? They were terrified. And then we got Barack Obama, which, you know, got criticisms for Obama, but at least there was a narrative then of, oh, after Bush, there's not going to be a Republican president for another 100 years because of how bad this was. And then, you know, something Sam Cedar says all the time is people have a very short memory. And so, I mean, look, even with Biden, like, Biden was horrible. But people went back to vote for Trump, which is already only 4 years. Only 4 years, and he wouldn't even, like, go away. He didn't even, like, disappear into the ether and then come back. Like, no, he was, like, tweeting.
Because remember, they took him off of Twitter, which I you know, I've heard, I think Crystal Ball has made this point before, that was probably detrimental to the Democratic Party because people they weren't seeing his craziness anymore. They weren't seeing the psycho tweets at all hours of the days, you know, day and night. And so people kind of forgot how unsettling, how insane things
That's actually
were
a really good
under
point.
Donald Trump's leadership, you know. And then you had, as I've talked about before, you had all the young people who voted for him who were too young to remember, you know, they didn't experience his first administration the way adults did. So
that's actually a really good point. I never, like, shout out Crystal Ball. That's a really good point. Yeah, if he was still on Twitter, or at least able to go on TV all the time and be, it was the reason I didn't
Yeah.
see him go away is because I am tapped in like this, right? So I'm
Yeah, if
aware
you're
of what
just
he's
an
saying on
average
truthful.
normie American,
Yeah,
and you're not paying attention to the news 24/7 like you and I are psychos.
yeah.
You
Biden's in
didn't see them.
office. It's
But,
vaccine summer in 2021. We're back at brunch. Yeah, that makes
mhm.
sense. And
Yeah,
what's
people
what's
checked out
mobilizing?
during the Biden
Mhm.
years.
Yeah,
Most
it's a good
normie
point.
Democrats especially just checked out, and independents too.
Yeah.
And then Republicans, were just furious, so they were the ones paying attention.
Hmm.
It flips back and forth, but
And they had
yeah.
time to strategize and mobilize. I also heard this theory that like if Trump had actually won in 2020, it might be better for us
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
know?
mean, the whole stop the steal thing, January 6th wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And people, I have said this many times before that I think during his first term, he was able to ride Obama's economy, and it
Hmm.
helped him because things were getting better after the 2008 catastrophe.
Yeah.
And so I think that it gave people this false sense of a Trump economy. And then also COVID in a weird way saved him because things
Hmm.
got shut down, locked down. So nobody blamed him for the economy during that time because, oh,
Right.
it's a worldwide pandemic. What are you going to do? Of course, the economy is shit. So, yeah, if he had been able to play out his weirdest, wildest, insane, you know, like
Yeah.
horrific fantasies back then, and he would have been a two-term president. He would have had a cabinet that wasn't as,
Yes.
sycophantic as what he has now.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had the Supreme Court ruling giving him basically complete and total immunity. So it
And
would
it
have
wouldn't
been
have had.
safer. It would have been
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they wouldn't have had time to plan the project 2025,
right.
hit the ground running with Doge and pulling out all the breaking everything when they
Yeah,
walked right back into the White House. Like, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
oh, we got to fight. We got to fight hard, and
yeah,
midterms.
yeah.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
But I want to play another video I have. This is of a woman. This is why the right is freaking out because about DSA and democratic socialism in general. This woman is a perfect example of someone who had an epiphany and is like, yeah, actually, you know what? This stuff is for me. Check this out.
Leave the Republican Party. I learned that the Republican Party was not what I thought it was. So I was raised in a place where we didn't even have Democratic candidates for most elections unless they were statewide or nationwide. And I was taught that if you loved Jesus, you had to vote Republican. And I loved Jesus, so I did what I was supposed to do. And to my great shame, I didn't even question it or look into it until the Republican Party first chose Donald Trump as a candidate. And that's when I started looking because I knew, wait a minute, if they would nominate this man, they couldn't possibly stand for the things I thought they stood for. That was the beginning of my departure from the politics I was raised with, and ultimately the beginning of my deconstruction, although that took multiple years later before I started that process. But I never voted for Trump, and I knew that a party who supported that couldn't possibly support what I thought. So now I have a confession to make. I'm a democratic socialist. And if you would have told me that, a decade ago, I would have told you those were bad words. Because just like I was told the Republican Party stood for something, I was also taught that socialism was a bad word and a terrible thing. But now, as I'm looking and learning and not just relying on something someone else told me, I'm realizing that my values have always aligned more with democratic socialism than with anything else. So I am so happy to see what is happening around our country in New York and Michigan last night and other places around the country where we are starting to say, wait a minute, we were lied to about what this meant. And this is the best way to care for the people in our community. So, yeah, go love your neighbor.
Wow. Yeah, that's
So people
amazing.
like her are freaking them out, you know?
And that's the same kind of trend that we saw with Jennifer Welch of the I've Had a Podcast, right? Oklahoma,
Yeah.
raised evangelical, and
No, she never was.
or raised
Yeah,
Christian,
yeah,
some kind of Christian.
her family was never really religious. They were always very academic, as from
Okay.
the interviews I've seen with her. But her friend, her co-host, was way, way into religion, like evangelical, all that. But Jennifer Welch, yeah, she just was raised around all
Okay.
these
Okay.
people, all of these evangelicals and super conservative people. And she said, I always felt out of place growing up in Oklahoma. So, and then her
Interesting.
friend is the one that had the evolution. And now she's like, not an atheist, but, definitely not evangelical anymore and definitely not Republican.
But yeah, so I mean, growing up in those areas and in that environment, it is, yeah. Democrat is a like, I've heard it in movies and TV shows as like a, what are you, a Democrat, like an insult, you know? And
Mhm.
these were like mainstream, like sitcoms, and like, I don't know, the character saying it wasn't supposed to be portrayed as like a radical right winger. It was like you're normal if you use Democrat as like a pejorative.
Mhm.
Um, and that was a weird culture that we had there. But
Yeah.
I think that, yes, some of the Christians are like, okay, I can't go along with this idea of like, oh, he's a vessel for, he's an imperfect vessel or whatever. They go, no, this sounds crazy to me. He's a
Yeah.
lunatic, and you're raised in one of those areas. You're taught about city slickers. And
Mhm.
you don't trust the big city people coming in trying to sell you something. That's his entire career. That's his entire brand. Is
Yeah.
trying to sell people stuff from the big city of New York. And I couldn't believe, but good on her. I
Mhm.
hope this is a symbolic of a broader trend. I do think also, like, this is not necessarily about her, but people tie it in with like Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, the comedian sphere, the entertainers who
Mhm.
were supportive of Trump and are maybe like backing off now.
Yeah.
They're seeing their numbers drop and to go, oh wait, God, I don't want to be associated with it, or I want to have a career
Mhm.
past Trump. The same thing with Carolyn Levitt, J.D. Vance, all of them, Tucker Carlson. Trump's gonna die. He's 80. Like, there's gonna be a world after
Yeah.
him,
What are you gonna do?
and what are we gonna do? We gotta like say, hey, I was tricked. Until he went into Iran, I thought we were gonna have no more wars and this and
Mhm.
that. But also on a smaller scale, I think people
Mhm.
who are making TikToks, making YouTube videos, making um, Instagram reels, have any kind of social media following, even a small one, and they notice like, oh, if I say, hey, I'm leaving the right now, then I'm getting like more numbers. Whereas
Mhm.
before, maybe if I said I'm supportive of Trump, I was getting more numbers. And that
Yeah.
is, I think, a non-zero
That's all it's
factor. And
about for them.
yeah, some people are just like, hey, I wanna go with where the wind's blowing and where the money's blowing,
Yeah.
and where the numbers are blowing. So maybe that's part of
Yeah.
it. Not saying this lady is like insincere in her
No, I've
evolution.
actually seen videos of hers for a while now.
Mhm.
So I know that she did leave
Yeah,
the Republican Party a long time ago.
but I
It's
think
not
even
just like out of the blue.
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I
I
just think it
hadn't
could help.
hadn't what was that?
It could help people go, hey, the winds are changing. If
Yeah.
I want to be on the right side of history, that phrase that we hear so often, I better switch now. I better switch.
Yeah.
Same thing happened
That's
with
what
Israel.
I am happy when anybody speaks out because, yeah, it sets up a permission structure for other
Yes.
people to go, okay, I'm not
Yes.
alone. Very few people in the world want to be or are leaders, and
Right.
will stand up for something even when nobody else is standing with them. It's the masses are typically followers and
Yeah.
just want to be part of the group and part of the in crowd. And that's how Trump won this second time. It was
Yeah.
the vibe. It was, oh, everybody I know is voting for him, you know uh, especially with all the young guys. And, oh, if Andrew Schulz is saying it, if Tim Dillon
Yeah.
and Rogan, all of these guys that I like and listen to, he must be okay. And they're voting for him. So I want to be part of that crowd. It's like, it's
Yeah.
sad, but that's just the truth of the matter. Like I said,
For
there's
sure.
very few people in the world who are like, no, I'm going to do the right thing, even if nobody else agrees with me, because I
For sure.
believe that
And
they'll
even
come along.
the folks that we're talking about, like Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Owen Short, Alex Jones, even, are, if I'm not gonna be like, oh, great, let me go on your podcast and then like give credence to whatever. But if all their rhetoric does is make their audience go like, okay, let me not support Trump then. Let me take
Yeah,
the sign down from my lawn. Let me think about who I might want to vote for. And,
yeah,
Tucker's, of course, going to shepherd them towards whoever the hell he wants, which is
right,
probably going to be J.D. Vance or whatever Peter Thiel tells him, because Peter Thiel set him up after he got fired from Fox.
yeah,
So, like, probably,
yeah. Because
but
like I'm,
maybe enough of those people will go like, I actually don't want to trust any of you anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm sick
yeah,
of it. I'm gonna maybe. Hey, the girls won't hit me up on Tinder if I
hmm
have moderate in my bio. I'm gonna put socialist or put leftist and maybe actually start learning about it. I don't know. Hope or Hassan
yeah,
gets popular and does become the Joe Rogan of the left and shepherds
hmm
people over this way. Like, I don't care. Whatever. Let 1,000 flowers bloom. But
yeah.
it's over for them. It's over. And
Yeah.
they're just trying to salvage this sinking ship
Oh,
of a
yeah.
party.
They see it. I mean, Rogan, I don't know if you saw the clip, but he was just talking. I just saw it yesterday. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
when he recorded this and published it, but he was, doing an interview with someone, and he was talking and telling the audience about how, Donald Trump's sons have all these deals they're getting because of
Yeah.
Trump and the connections and, making money off of the presidency and how gross it is. So, however it gets to the masses, however that news gets to them, I'm grateful for it. I'm just happy that they're finally telling their audience the truth about this grift and the corruption. What's funny is, on the left, like I'm seeing like the inverse almost, and this just popped into my head because I saw it this morning. Typically in the morning, I'll listen to the Morning Joe podcast
Mm-hmm.
because I just, and people go, why? Why do you? Well, I just listen to and read everything, left, right, and center. I'm looking at it, I'm reading it, I'm, availing myself of all of the information because I want to make my own decisions and choices and, have my own opinions. Um, I don't want people telling me what I'm supposed to be thinking and believing. So anyway,
Right.
I'm looking at their feed, and they had one video up or one podcast up, and it said something about who's the guy who just won against Francesca Hong.
David Crowley.
Yeah, so it said something to the effect of Crowley, helps to raise the profile of the Democratic establishment or something like that. Like making it out like the term Democratic establishment is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like they should be, oh yeah, you really want to push that you're part of the Democratic establishment. It's like, they seriously don't understand that term for voters equals corruption.
Yeah.
It's they, you know, I feel like that scene from Princess Bride, you know, you keep using this word. I do not understand what it means. Like, that's not a good thing. Democratic establishment is not, we don't see it the way they do. They see
Ironically,
they still see
ironically,
it as like, oh, these are the people in charge and they have the experience and we should, you know, we should hold them on a pedestal because they're the elites that we should be looking to for everything. No, it's they're the corrupt ones. They're the that is synonymous with corporate Democrats. That's what
yeah.
you need to get.
If they
Joe
were a
Scarborough.
real Crowley fan, they would have seen the clip where he said being called establishment is like a slur.
Yeah.
He said that. The
Yeah.
candidate said that, which
Yeah.
is crazy for a black man to say that. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
He's doing the Eric Adams thing, which is why I
Yes.
already can't stand him. Eric Adams, and I said this to my audience, and even when my show was Plants and Politics, back when I used to do news and politics and vegan stuff. But everybody in the vegan movement was like, "Oh, I like Eric Adams because he eats a plant-based diet and promotes it and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "You guys, he is a Trojan horse. The guy is a Republican underneath. You scrape, you know, couple centimeters under that Democratic, so-called Democratic skin. He is a Republican. The guy is a scumbag. He's a liar." And I took so much shit on in my comment section from people on the left for bagging on Eric Adams. But the fact is, Eric Adams is a liar. He is a cheat. He is a thief. He is a scumbag, and he exposed himself. But one thing that always pissed me off was anything that you had to say about him, any critique that you had about Eric Adams, he would immediately go, "Oh, well, that's just because you're racist.
Yeah.
You only think that about me because you're racist." And it's like, come on. Like, when someone does that, I automatically know this is not a serious person. This is a liar.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like if you say anything about Israel, "Oh, it was because you're anti-Semitic."
Right.
Or maybe it's because I have an actual point. Maybe
Remember Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and people were like saying, "Hey, you should probably fucking retire before Obama's term is over, so that
Mhm.
Trump won't be able to
Yeah.
appoint someone." And people called them sexist.
Yeah.
Oh, you're being
Or
sexist.
ageist. You're sexist, you're ageist, you're misogynistic. Yeah.
Yeah, bullshit. And then what happened? She fucking died, and we got fucking
Yeah.
Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I just saw, and speaking of establishment, a clip from Jen Psaki's show, Saki
Yeah.
Dom show. I'll never forget them being so excited about her dunking on reporters in the White House. How do you feel about Carolyn Levitt doing it?
Yeah.
Not great, huh? Maybe you should have some fucking decorum. Anyways, from her show now on MS Now, because of course it is a revolving door there too on the centrist left side. She was saying she was chatting with someone, Liz Smith, Liz somebody, and going like, it used to be the establishment leaders kind of picked candidates. I know we're not supposed to say that out loud, and I'm like, there you go, thank you very much, mask
Yeah.
off, letting
Yeah.
us know you're mad that you're not fucking picking the candidates anymore. You're mad that people are actually using their fucking vote and you're listening to the vote.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said I just did a show yesterday about Morning Joe, about Joe Scarborough having a meltdown over DSA. I mean,
I saw
literally
that.
screaming and yelling.
Yeah.
And you know how basically the establishment is not, they're not afraid. He tries to spin it. "Oh, we just want Democrats to win and they're pissing this chance away." Blah. No, you're not afraid they're going to win or they're going to lose. You're afraid that socialists, that progressives are going to win.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
Joe Scarborough, who said more recently, like, I think maybe in that same screed, was like, you see Mamdani here and he's doing things and getting stuff done and blah, blah, blah. And that's okay because like now that he's won, I can't stop him. But
Yeah.
before the election, he was
Mm.
doing everything he could. He
Yeah.
was doing everything he could to stop Mom Donnie from
Yeah.
fucking winning. He wouldn't have him on the show. He barely talk about him other than how great Cuomo is or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
we're going to have to drag people kicking and screaming to get free healthcare in this
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
And okay, fine, but you better fucking listen next time.
Yeah. You just set me up again for some things that I want to share.
I love setting stuff up.
Okay, so before we get to that, though, it's the top of the hour. I want to welcome everyone to the stream. I am Gina Bonanno. I'm the host of Raw News and Politics. This is Ant Flow Friday that I do here with my friend Alex every Friday from noon Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. 2-hour live stream for you guys where we share the news, where we rant, we rave, we just scream and holler and let it flow. No cup, no pad, no white.
Just let it flow. Free
Yeah.
bleed the news of the week
Like
all
I
over
said
the
last
place.
week, it's coming out of our eyes, out of our wherever, just all over your computer screen. Anyway, want to share some fun stuff. So the anonymous account posted this, which I thought was so fun. So you can see here, this person said, I taught my kid how socialism works. Let them trick or treat while I stayed home, then took all their candy. Socialism 101. Somebody replied, the socialism part is where the community came together and fed your kids for free. The capitalism part is where you made them do all the work and stole from them.
Wow, that's actually perfect.
Yeah.
It's a great analogy.
Absolutely perfect example.
Shout out John Rashad right there.
Yeah.
For posting that. That's amazing.
And then I also want to share this article. So actually, this was this More Perfect Union shared this, but I can't see if it's actually their article or not. It comes from Common Dreams.
There we go.
So Common Dreams, I don't know if they did this study or who did this study, but it says a new study shows that Medicare for All would save over 114,000 lives and over 1 trillion every year. The new research out of Yale, okay, so it was from Yale, shows that reductions in administrative overhead, lower pharmaceutical prices, less fraudulent billing, and fewer emergency care trips would lead to massive savings nationwide. More accessible care would also lead to numerous lives saved. So, I mean, this hitting on all the topics, hot button topics for the right. I mean, first of all, you're talking about saving lives. So where's all of our, pro-life, people out there? And then we're saving over $1 trillion a year. I'm hearing feedback on your side again.
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
From your thing.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, I think it's when you're moving. The microphone is scraping.
All right, I'll freeze.
It's either scraping against your shirt or your beard. I'm not sure.
Okay. Keep it there.
So yeah, all the people who we gotta save money, we gotta cut back. All the people who love Doge, there you go. We can save $1 trillion every year by doing Medicare for all, and then lower pharmaceutical prices. We've got less fraudulent billing, again, hitting on the Doge thing, waste, fraud, and abuse. So, I mean, what's not to like? It seems to me that every right winger, every MAGA person should be on board with this.
This is what Bernie's been campaigning on since 2016. Talking about this will save money. This will save money in the long run. And it'll get everybody health care, more healthy people, more money in your pocket. That helps the economy because now people can feel free to splurge on things or even just afford things, necessities that we need.
It would help small businesses who right now have to shoulder the cost of healthcare for their employees. It would help people to start more small businesses.
And I think a great line that's been used recently, aside from every other country has this already, but particularly the most unpopular country right now, Israel, has this, and we're paying for their free healthcare. Our tax dollars are paying for their free healthcare. Why is that? Why shouldn't we have that here? I think that's a great attack line too.
Yep.
Just absolutely insanity that we don't already.
I mean, it all comes down to money. It all comes down to money in politics and who's being paid off, which is pretty much everybody other than progressive candidates.
Right.
So yeah, that's what it boils down to. Speaking of which, I want to get to a couple of things that you sent over. So let me tee this up. Let me see here. First of all, well, let's talk about Abdul El-Sayed and what an incredible campaign he is running. I don't know if you've seen his ads, but they are some of the best. Like, just they're funny. They're, I mean, not all of them are funny, but a lot of them are really funny. He just did like a Blues Clues themed ad. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, that was actually a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And now, like yesterday, Fox News was like resurfaced ad from Abdul Saeed shows cringy Blues Clues. Like, so a couple weeks ago, you didn't say anything about it because you're like, whatever. We're just so focused on like trying to get Haley Stevens to win.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay, so now this for the general. So let's blast this out and make him seem cringe and weird and like he's hiding this. Like this is some unearthed clip from him from years ago. This is like 2 weeks ago. He put this ad out.
Yeah. So what is either he's this scary Muslim man, that's coming to invade your state and country and, implement Sharia law, or he's, cringy and silly doing Blues Clues. Like which one is it? Make up your freaking minds. Like
same with Joe Biden. He's Sleepy Joe, but he's also an evil communist terrorist who's going to come get you.
It's the same thing they do with Antifa all the time. Either they're a bunch of weak soy boys, or they're the scariest terrorists on the planet. It's like, make up your freaking minds, you idiot. So anyway, I want to play this other ad that I just saw last night. I don't know if you saw this. It's so good. And this goes to, you got to hold the mic away from your. From yeah.
There we go.
Thank you. But this goes to the, scary Muslim man thing that they're trying to push right now. Let's check this out.
Where did Abdul El-Sayed come from?
Here.
We're his grandparents.
We helped raise him.
He became a doctor.
He always wanted to help people.
He got all those kids glasses.
Eliminated medical debt.
Poof.
He buys us groceries every week. He knows what things cost. He learned his Michigan values in our small town.
Take it from us.
We love him, and so will you.
Too much. I'm Abdul El-Sayed, and I approve the heck out of this message.
Language.
I love her. Oh my God. Oh, I can't hear you. Alex is gone. Alex is gone. We can't hear him. I can see you. I can't hear you. Nope. Still can't hear you. So I will keep talking until Alex is back. I don't know what's going on here with his, your mic is just gone. So Alex will be back, but those were Abdul El-Sayed's grandparents, who I just love. I want them as my grandparents. I did not have grandparents like that. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, just totally takes away the argument. Like, the guy was born in Michigan. He was not born in the Middle East. He did not come over here, to take over our country. So nothing scary about him. Obviously, his grandparents are white even.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just
Look,
I
it
love
wouldn't be a leftist show without a little bit of technical difficulties. But
yeah.
I have seen that ad. Great ad. Yeah, one of his grandparents is like a little white passing. And again,
Mhm.
is he the scary evil Muslim coming to enact Sharia law and
Yeah.
kidnap all your daughters for his harem? Or is he a weak, fragile soy boy because he's doing Blues Clues songs and singing Taylor Swift and all that? Have you seen the Taylor Swift one? I know we can't
Yes.
play it because of the song, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's cringe. I wouldn't do it, but like, I'm not running for Senate, dude. I get it, dude. I get the 20 plus years of
Yeah.
Islamophobia post 9/11. Zoran had to do it. He has to do it. I'm going to try and make
It's
me,
also about getting attention. I mean, how
yeah,
many of these political ads have we seen? They're all the same. It's all vanilla. It's all background noise at this point. They have the, the
yeah.
music that comes in with the guitar that picks up. And I'm gonna be, I'm gonna come in and be so exciting, and I just like it's enough. It's like, okay, we get it. Like, you guys have your consultants and this is what they
hmm
say sells. It's like nobody pays attention to that shit anymore because it's all just the same.
And then
So
Zoran came and shook it all up,
yeah, I mean, it's
you
like
know?
it's like hearing, a new type of song, a new type of band. It's like people are like, wow, this is unique. It's so creative. It's not what I
hmm
hear on every channel, on every station. So yeah, I mean, it gets attention. It breaks it up the monotony, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I absolutely love that. And then keeping with the Abdul El Sayed theme, I want to show everybody what you sent me, which is so funny. Why don't you set
Love
this
to
one
show
up?
the texture
Oh,
and
wrong one.
Okay, that's
That's
that's the
not,
QVC
yeah,
one that I'm very interested
that
in.
is not the right one. That is the one I'm saving for the end, which is so funny.
Oh, the
Um,
Hillary? Oh yeah. So this was before the election, where he won, but it was close, and it was close on Tuesday as well with Francesca Hahn where she lost. But
mhm.
here's Hillary Clinton coming out of the woods where she went in 2016 to warn the Democrats and all the voters who still care about her opinion how the Republicans are going to attack this cycle.
And let's make clear here, Hillary Clinton lost Michigan.
Yes.
She lost Michigan twice. So she is now giving her 2 cents about how to win Michigan
Yeah.
after losing it twice.
Please, Hillary, enlighten us.
To convince Republican voters in Michigan, and the real fight will be how do we make sure that people who voted for Haley feel comfortable voting for Abdul El Sayed, and how do we get independents to feel comfortable? And you can see that it's not just about Michigan, but the Republican messaging is communist, socialist. It's going to be a very effective attack. And so people on the left have to be prepared to answer that and to be effective at answering it.
Do you think communist is an effective attack in 2026?
Well, all I know is that's the attack that Trump is leading with, and I assume they've tested it, and I assume that they have reason to believe that it's effective, or they wouldn't be beating the drum on it, because now it's not just him. Vance has done it. Others are doing it. They are trying to, bring back scare tactics about our candidates, and it didn't work in New York. Mamdani was elected, and there was a lot of money spent against him. When you have an effective candidate on the left, it still is going to be a close race on our side.
I didn't watch this full clip, by the way. So you're getting my real reaction right now. I did not know she said assume several times. I assume they've tested it. I assume it's effective.
Mm-hmm.
What? And also, was it effective in 1992 against Bill Clinton? Because they've been saying communist for fucking ever.
Yeah.
For
Everybody's
fucking
a
ever.
communist. You could be the most right wing, like practically a Republican,
Merrick Garland, actual Republican.
Yeah. I mean, look at what's the lawmaker down in Texas who is like against a woman's right to choose. He's like, been involved in a scandal for
the guy running against
bribery.
Tallarico, Ken Paxton.
No, he's a Democrat, supposed to be Democratic lawmaker.
Cuellar?
Yes, Henry Cuellar, barely a Democrat. They would call him a communist or, a socialist. Well, socialist, they've realized doesn't work anymore. It's not scary enough. So it's just communist at this point.
Yeah.
But what I take such great issue with is the first thing that comes out of her mouth. Well, you're not going to convince Republicans in Michigan. That is just false. That is just bullshit. And we have evidence of it. I don't know if you saw I shared one of the videos last week when we did the live stream of the man who's pissed off because Israel blew up the home that his father was building for him and his brothers. And the IDF soldiers laughed about it. That was at an event that More Perfect Union held. They had Abdul El-Sayed come in and meet with a group. It was like 5 or 6 Trump voters, Trump 2024 voters. And they each coming into it had their issues. We're saying like, Democrats just don't follow through. They don't do what they say they're going to do. Another guy said, I have a really big issue with the whole abolish ICE thing and his stance on that. A woman said, I'm not too excited about this whole Medicare for all thing. I mean, I don't know how you pay for that. I don't know how that would work. I mean, they all had, and then another woman even said she had an issue with the whole abolish ICE thing. By the end of sitting down and talking with Abdul El-Sayed, he convinced all of them to vote for him in the primary. So Hillary Clinton does not know what the fuck she's talking about.
No.
I mean, that's evidenced by the fact that, she lost to Donald Trump in 2016.
Right.
And people go, well, she won the popular vote. That's great. We have an electoral college.
Yeah.
And couldn't win those very important, determinative swing states that she needed and that every president needs. So
it is absolutely insane for her to be coming out here being like communists and socialists are effective again. And in that, another thing that I was reacting to that you can see on my face was when she said it didn't work against Mamdani in New York. It's like, are you crazy? Are you trying to claim Mamdani? They're trying to claim Mamdani now as like he's a sensible Democrat and he's as if you weren't tooth and nail trying to get Cuomo in there just to stop him. And speaking of Cuellar in Texas, he was the establishment choice opposing Cisneros. I forget her first name. She was the more like socialist, progressive candidate. And Pelosi went in there and said, nope, we're doing Cuellar. And even with all these corruption scandals and whatever, we want him because he's a more reliable vote for the things, the corporate interests we want, the Israel stuff we want. It's all falling apart now. It's also, speaking of Pelosi, kind of interesting that we haven't heard from her recently.
Yeah.
Maybe she's kind of taking a Carolyn Leavitt page out of the book and fucking off for a while. So she can disappear.
I mean, she has said she's not running for re-election.
Yeah, but even then, she can still get in front of a camera if she wanted to and be like, no, Haley Stevens is the choice for me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think she's lying. I got to take a break. Because look how well it's doing for Buttigieg. Like, Buttigieg, transportation secretary under Biden, hasn't really made much noise until kind of recently doing more rallies and stuff because clearly he wants to run for president again.
Right.
But and this goes, I talk about movies, TV, music on my channel, Devil's Advocate Productions on YouTube and Twitch. I talk about all the time. Sometimes it's not your fault, but actors get overexposed. And sometimes you're a very popular actor. People love you. You're having a run, but I've seen you in too many movies recently. I've seen you in commercials. I've seen you in front of my face, and now I'm getting annoyed. Now the audience is getting annoyed, and I need you to go the fuck away.
Yeah.
And it happens with politicians too. Like, get the fuck out of my face, and then maybe come back. Like we were saying earlier, people have short memories. People, Buttigieg, he was good. Oh yeah, I liked him in 2020. And what's going on? I guess he was transportation secretary. Nothing bad happened under his watch, even though it did. The fucking East Palestine spill, but different Palestine became more important under that administration.
Palestine, Ohio, right?
Yeah. But, you got Sean Duffy here now, and planes are falling out of the sky in like the first 2 months of the Trump 2.0 administration.
Yeah.
And now, he's going back to his roots and
off
doing
for 7 months. What was it, like 7 or 9 months, and goes on a road trip?
To relive
a reality show with his family. It's like, really?
Relive where he and his wife met on Road Rules on MTV.
Are we not
20 years
paying
ago.
your salary while you're taking a fucking 7-month road trip?
Yeah, we paid for that road trip.
But please, MAGA, tell me all about waste, fraud, and abuse.
Yeah. Tell me more about her fucking emails or fucking Hunter Biden's Ukraine money. And when Jared Kushner and Ivanka are talking about commandeering an island in like Albania.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That whole thing, if you heard about how that has evolved, that this just came out about a week ago, that, for anybody watching that doesn't know this story, Jared and Ivanka are off on vacation because, what else do they have to do in their life?
Right.
And they're off in the middle of the ocean, snorkeling off of their billionaire buddy's boat. And they get out and they swim over to an island, and Ivanka makes it out like she had this, spiritual awakening on this island and realized, oh, Daddy, I want an island too. She has her little Veruca Salt moment. Daddy, I want you to get me an island for Easter too.
My God.
So they decide, let's buy this island and put a luxury resort on it, and it'll be a dream come true, blah, blah, blah. Well, turns out the guy that they are getting the island from forged the documents. All the Albanian people are literally out in the streets, like protesting, pitchforks in hand, practically pissed off because this is their property. This is their land that is not supposed to be developed. And the government is doing some shady shit behind the scenes because, of course, they want Donald Trump's favor. And so now it has come out that the person that Jared and Ivanka were talking with, he literally forged the documents for this piece of land. It did not belong to him, and he said it did.
That's crazy. That's so funny. I mean, this is the era. I mean, 10 years of Trump, but really this administration, like we're saying, hitting the ground running with the corruption. This is the era of the con man, the monorail salesman from The Simpsons, the snake oil salesman. Every single big and small con man is trying to make their bag right now off this administration, knowing how corrupt they are, knowing how quick they are to just be like, yeah, sure, we'll pay you money because we're getting all the money from the fucking taxpayers. How are we going to pay for Medicare for all? I don't know. Stop sending weapons to Israel. Tax Elon Musk a little bit more at all.
Yeah.
Tax wealth a little bit on their potential earnings or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Bezos.
All these other fuckers that their companies don't pay anything in taxes.
Just
very little compared to what they're bringing in. And
Hillary, you think communism is going to be a good, effective attack? I'm telling you, I'm Gen Y. I call myself Gen Y. Millennial. I don't like the name. Gen Y. Gen, why the fuck are we here? Why the fuck did you leave us this world? Why the fuck is everything fucked up? Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Who knows what the kids under Gen Alpha are going to be like. They're going to be putting up like posters of Osama bin Laden in their dorm rooms, being like, "No, we're fuck communism. We're into like anarchism. Like burn everything down. Like fuck everything, and we gotta like stop the bleeding." Like I think and hope, because I need the hope that this is going to end up with like a. I hope President AOC, it could be a President Buttigieg or Ossoff or white guy, because America needs to go back to brunch and feel palatable. But they're going to need to do some of these policies. They're going to need to do Medicare for all. They're going to need to prosecute some people from the administration. Otherwise it's, again, we're going to have like I'm literally have on like the trial of Luigi right now on the TV on mute, and I'm like,
we're gonna have more Luigi's,
way more, way more, and like there's no directing this stuff. Like on the right, I'm sorry to cut you off, but on the right, like Libs of TikTok, Matt Walsh, what they're trying to do to Hassan right now, frankly, like get him out of here. And like hopefully one of our audience members hears us talking so much. I'm sure you remember, but the story of Bill O'Reilly and Tiller the baby killer, right? Where he was constantly hammering this abortion doctor in Philadelphia, the early 2000s.
Oh, is it the one that they went after?
That somebody went into the church where he was a pastor and killed him.
Yeah.
And they tried to bring charges against O'Reilly. And he was like, "What are you talking about? I'm just covering the news. I'm covering stories I think are important." They took lessons from that. Like the right took lessons from that and have been doing that ever since. And it's just amplified in the most recent years. But there is no mechanism like that on the left, because we're not fucking lunatics who are trying to get people killed. But like, so that's just gonna like happen. Like someone's gonna show up to like try to find out where Jeff Bezos is, or Elon Musk, or like, I don't know, Stephen Miller. Like you got a family member, your family member.
And we're not saying it's good or that people
this is
should
not
do it,
good.
but that's what it's leading to. If these people don't wake up and realize, like, the pitchforks are gonna come for you if you don't
pitchforks
give a
are
little
out.
bit, if you don't start to be a little more fair. And
that's what we're saying. Like the Republicans are talking on these networks and like, I don't know, why are people going to socialism? Why? Maybe we should try to improve material conditions a little. When you hear Republicans start talking like that, they're fucking terrified, and they should be, and so should Democrats. Like, if you have a family, if your father, if your husband, if your wife gets kidnapped by ICE and they're just gone, and you haven't seen them in years, and you don't know where the fuck they are, and the only person that like your local Democrat voted for ICE funding, you might be like, I have nothing to lose, I'm going to get them. And like, again, like this is just, we're not planning, like we're not endorsing any of this. We're warning against it. We're trying to stop it. As Ro Khanna put it, to try and get the billionaire tax in California. This is an anti-guillotine tax. This is an anti revolution tax. We're trying to fucking stop this violence that we know is going to come because of the rhetoric we're seeing.
Yeah, I want to address Pippa and Buster Brown in the comment section said side-eye on Hassan. That you used to watch him on TYT. I encourage you to go look at the video on my channel that I just did yesterday about Joe Scarborough having a meltdown on Morning Joe, because he talked about Hassan. I shared some things about Hassan, and I shared some things or shared a short clip from a show that he was just on, explaining how not only the right, but the establishment left have kind of come together, and they are twisting the truth. They are taking clips completely out of context. They are joining forces to take down Hassan Piker, and all of it is complete and total bullshit.
Yeah.
So please
And
go
frankly,
watch that video.
Yes, definitely check out her video. It's really very thorough and concise.
Yeah, I mean, this is bad. Progressives have to take it from not just the right but the left. When it's an establishment person, establishment media figure, or even independent media person, they only get it from the right. They only get it from MAGA and the right wing. When it's a progressive, when it's a democratic socialist, they get it from both sides. It is such total and complete bullshit. One thing though, which is really good news, I don't know if you've heard this, but Hassan Piker is supposedly suing Scott Jennings.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Scott Jennings, like, he took it too far.
Scott Jennings, one of the biggest
crossed the
liars on
line.
CNN. Just to be clear, because I know a little bit more context, like, Hassan's a streamer on Twitch and been doing it for like 13 years now. Twitch, YouTube, the what do you want to call it, like, internet personality world, they have their own like Hollywood ecosystem and beefs and problems with each other and whatnot. So a lot of this is coming from people like other streamers who just have hate boners for Hassan and have for years, and they have these like clips ready to go, sending them to centrists, sending them to Republicans, trying to like take down Hassan because of their own personal beef.
Yeah.
So, and what clips are being taken out of context? It's literally as if I'm reading a quote from someone. I say, wow, this person said this person said Spider-Man is bad. And then someone uses that clip of me saying Spider-Man is bad. Alex said Spider-Man is bad. That's crazy.
That's what people don't understand is as Hassan is streaming, he is reading off comments in his comment section like we do here. But he's not saying, oh, so-and-so said, like I just said, oh, Pippa and Buster Brown said this in the comment section. He's not saying that. He is talking directly to that person. So it would be like me going, hey, Pippa, or not even mentioning the name, just saying, hey, go watch my video.
Or someone could cut it out.
Yeah.
They could cut out if you did say that. Like, you could just cut the part.
They can edit it and edit out that part. But Scott Jennings just did this rapid fire clip section of Hassan saying things to people in his comment section who were making horrific comments about Black people and what should be done to them. And he attributed what those people wanted done to Black people to Hassan Piker.
Yeah.
And he's saying, go F yourself, suck my dick, and things like that to these people. And he's saying that Hassan Piker is saying that to Black people.
Right.
Nothing could be further from the truth. So I'm so glad that he is suing the shit out of him.
Yeah, it's really egregious, that one in particular. Yeah. And I think, like, make an example out of somebody. And I think Scott Jennings is the perfect person to make an example of. He's nobody's favorite CNN panelist.
No, he has the most touchable face.
Yeah, the right and left.
God.
Well, actually, the centrist left, the establishment that we're talking about, they don't like him. And so I think they wouldn't even be mad. They're not going to look. I'm saying they're not going to defend Hassan over Scott Jennings, but I wouldn't put it past them even. But I would hope that they would not try and defend Scott Jennings' framing of this, because then they're going to lose audience, right? Like, if Joe Scarborough was like, oh my God, like Hassan Piker, this lunatic who he was just screaming about, this lunatic is coming after Scott Jennings, my good personal friend, Scott Jennings, I'm sure. I think Scarborough would lose some audience.
And that's the thing. I don't know that Joe Scarborough in the clip that I played on my show yesterday, I don't know if he knows the truth at all. And he didn't play a clip of Hassan. He just was quoting what he's heard from other people. But, you could make a case there too. I mean, Hassan could go after Joe Scarborough and sue him too. Although, making it out like you hate Black people, that you want to do horrible things to them is far worse, I think, than what Joe Scarborough said about him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And, I think what Hassan said about that clip initially was, Scott, if you thought I meant any of this, you'd be defending me. You'd be defending me if you thought I really said, like,
Yeah.
oh, we should go back to lynching Black people or whatever. You'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
this is like the young Republicans in New York. Like, oh,
Yeah.
so what? A couple Nazi jokes between friends and
Yeah,
racist jokes between
he has
friends.
defended those people.
Exactly.
He has gone on CNN, to my knowledge, and defended the young Republicans who were caught in their chats saying all kinds of racist, horrific things, calling themselves Nazis and espousing Nazi beliefs. Like, it's a bunch of young people. Like, I've seen so many Republicans come out and say, oh, they're young. They're like 40. That's
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They're not like 20-year-olds,
Yeah.
Come on.
But yeah,
that's almost middle-aged. So,
yeah. I am
so-
happy that he's suing Scott Jennings. I think this is set a precedent for, your public. This is defamation.
Nip it in the bud now, because if not, I don't know how much worse it could get than what Scott Jennings did, but it could get way worse. And yeah, it's it's not only putting a target on Hassan, it's putting a target on every Muslim man and woman. And it's, to be cynical, it's detrimental to the upcoming midterms. Because Hassan does have a large audience. He does hold a lot of sway with young voters. And we see that in the primary elections. So, they want to take him down in any way they can.
Yeah.
Left and right, so that these Democratic Socialists, or at least progressive candidates, don't get his juice, that he's not out there helping them in campaigning. So yeah, it's totally despicable. It is just a cursory review, a cursory search would have told Scott Jennings that what he was playing on air was bullshit, was fabricated, was edited.
But he knows.
Out of context.
Like, he knows. He knows.
I'm sure he does. And that's what would have to be proven in court.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, if you are a public figure and you sue someone, you have to prove what's known as actual malice.
Which is actually going to be kind of funny, because now Scott's defense has to be, I'm so stupid that I couldn't tell that he was looking and reading a chat.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. I couldn't.
So lazy.
Yeah. I couldn't understand
so bad
irony.
at my job.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at being a commentator and a pundit.
Right.
And that
I can't do my job.
I had no clue.
Right.
I just, some random people sent me these clips, and I just was too ignorant or lazy to do my job and to look into it. But yeah, this is what went down with Dominion voting systems and Fox, which is why Fox ended up caving and had to pay them almost $800 million, because they were able, they would have been able to prove actual malice in court, because they had all the text messages from Fox News hosts, they had all the emails, and it was very clear, it was becoming just as plain as day, that they knew that the things that they were saying on Fox News was total and complete bullshit about Dominion voting systems and the 2020 election. And so that's all you have to prove, is that this person either actually did know, or they should have known that there should have been reason for them to, research, go seek out the facts and figure it out. So yeah, as Pinkerbell said in the comment section, Discovery is going to be a lot of fun.
Discovery is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Folks, this is
happen to a greater guy. Yeah.
So annoying. I can't believe that Abby Phillips who's in charge? It can't be her.
Yeah.
I don't know her. I didn't watch her show, but I can't imagine she's like thrilled to have him on. I
No.
gotta imagine it's like
No,
a
she looks
demand
so
from producers.
exasperated with him.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes, so we're coming in for a close. So I do want to show one other thing that you shared with me.
Are we gonna get to the Rogan stuff?
Which is Hassan related.
Okay.
Let me see.
I do want to do. I don't know if you can go long, but I want to get to the Rogan and the whatever that QVC thing is in the title.
Yeah, that's what I want to play to close us out. I have
great.
For anybody watching, I have some fun stuff to share at the end here. Some things that are going to give you some laughs headed into the weekend. So you shared this with me, which is Hassan related about a guy getting fired. So why don't you?
Oh yeah,
tell everyone.
Yeah. So this person tweeted out that today I was let go from my Democratic consulting job for participating in an event which also featured Hassan, which my employers decided was quite offensive and also unprofessional. I'm looking for any and all opportunities in Democratic/liberal politics. It's crazy that this is an event that they went to and Hassan just happened to also be there.
Yeah.
And then they fight and these are consultants. Now, not everyone, not all men, right, are evil, scum-sucking, bottom-feeding ghouls who are consultants. Because this person was like, hey, I didn't care that Hassan was there. I'm surprised I got fired for this. But
speaking of lawsuits,
yeah,
another one coming on.
But a lot of the freak out that you see, the Joe Scarborough clip being a good example, is him worried more, like the rage that came out, the panic, if you will, the fear, if you will, is more so my relevance is slipping away. Like the Jen Psaki clip I mentioned that I wish I had sent you. Is letting that slip of we used to be able to choose. We chose the candidates. And they get paid.
The good old
days,
smoke-filled back rooms.
Right.
Where we manipulated everything to our benefit. Yeah.
And now we're putting you in the actual back rooms where everything's all topsy-turvy and you have to run away. That movie's great. Check out my review on my channel. But the idea of relevance slipping, they're dominant. They were dominant for 30 plus years, longer. And now they're feeling legacy media, print is especially, but legacy media has been slowly dying since the birth of the internet. But now it's really in the death throes. And they're ranting and raving on TV and going nobody's watching TV anymore. We're losing market share. We're losing ad revenue. And now we're even seeing the influence being lost. People aren't caring. I remember 2016, maybe it was 2020, when Chris Matthews was on TV going, if you elect Bernie as the primary candidate, we're going to be lined up in Central Park and executed communist Russia.
Yeah. He actually said that Bernie, a Jewish man, was going to line up Jewish people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And take them out. Such insanity.
Such insanity, but it worked.
Yeah,
it worked. And now it's not. And they're afraid that it's not working anymore. Neera Tanden fucking flipping out on Twitter every day, going on podcasts drunk, allegedly. Is clearly
she is such a useful idiot for
retweeting Nick Fuentes, retweeting Laura Loomer.
Fake shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're terrified of losing not only their 6, 7, 8 figure jobs, doing nothing but showing up into a fucking studio talking to a camera, which you and I are doing from our fucking houses right now, and they're getting paid millions of dollars. they're also scared of being irrelevant and being on the wrong side of history. Because who keeps bringing up that phrase, the wrong side of history? These fucks who love brunch and love talking about how people are seen in this light or that light. They're going to be seen in the light that of the liberals in Germany in the rise of Nazis, who are like, well, this is going to, the temperature will go down, as Biden said. We're not prosecuting anybody after January 6th. The page will turn, as Obama said, after Bush and administration were revealed to being run torture camps like Abu Ghraib. There is this is what you're going to be seen as. This is going to be the American version of that era. And you, again, come over. You can still salvage your legacies a little bit. Joe Scarborough, Mika, NBC, CNN. Come
I
over
don't know.
here.
After they made that trip down to kiss Trump's ass and
Yeah,
whatever
they
else
did do that.
kissed. Yeah.
But look, dude,
A lot of
it's
my
again.
audience was like, yeah, I was done with them after that. That was it for me.
I agree. My dad's still watching every morning. I'll tell you that. But and not happy about that. But like, these are my guys. I watch them every day.
Yeah.
If they could maybe not like completely like they're not going to be seen as like great. I think great people like Bernie, AOC, and whatnot. But they'll be seen as like at least they tried at the end. At least they like made the switch. They saw the light.
I will give them this, and I did a clip on this too, just to show that I'm fair and I don't cherry pick things. Joe Scarborough did do a pretty based take on Israel. He has been on the right side on that, and he actually took on Donnie Deutsch recently. A few weeks back.
I saw that. Yeah.
Donnie Deutsch was, he's all in. I mean, he is a total genocide denier, all in for Israel. And yeah, Joe Scarborough had to set him straight on that and told him, like, Netanyahu is paying Hamas.
Yeah.
If he didn't want this to happen, why was he paying Hamas? So, he does have the right view on that. But yeah, he is so in the club. He's so in with the elites and, and still thinks the establishment is the way to go. And you've got to have people with experience and, and I'm sure it doesn't hurt that he and Mika make a combined, as I've heard, $25 million a year.
God.
For 4 hours of work a day. Plus they have producers and editors and, writers and all the shit that you and I don't have.
Yeah.
So
I am an editor for the news. I'm one of those people.
Yeah. I mean,
it's crazy. And look, Hassan's put out the call, been like, look, you're gonna have to defend me because it just in terms completely cynically for the midterms, for the electorally, like Francesca Hong lost on Tuesday, and she immediately was like, okay, we're in for Crowley. We're going to help him win, take back the Senate. Last week, or take back Congress. Last week, or no, because Hong, that's governor. We're going to beat Mike Rogers for the governor of Wisconsin.
Right.
There's a lot of elections happening. Last week, Abdul, he won Haley Stevens next day, immediately. Now we're going to help Abdul win. It was a heated race. But we put our differences aside.
I give her a lot of credit for as much shit as I talked about her. I give her a lot of credit for the way she's handled things.
Me too. And largely on the media side, they're gonna have to do this with Hassan. Hey, we might not like him. We have our differences, but he's very popular. He's bringing out young people. This is what we've been begging for fucking years. Turning out young people, turning out non-voters.
Do they want that? Does the establishment Democrats even? Do they really care?
I think
they don't care about winning.
I think a faction of them don't care, but I think enough like normies do. That, and again, let's talk about their fucking pocketbooks. They see their audience going down. Then someone's going to be like, hey, get him on the show, or
But think about it. I mean, the audience, yes, Democratic voters, yes, they do want to win. They're like, okay, well, for the most part, I do see some spoiled brats out there going, "Ew, I'm not voting. If it's El Sayed, I'm not voting." But for the most part, most of the Democratic voters, yes, are on board regardless. They just want to win. They just want to hold Trump and his illegal, criminal regime accountable. The Democratic establishment, though, I mean, it serves them. There's no purpose behind it. It doesn't do them any good to win because, number one, if they win, then people are going to expect something of them and they know they can't deliver or they won't deliver for the people. It also helps if we lose because then they can blame people like El Sayed. They can blame the socialist communist left and go, well, see, we just can't put up these candidates anymore because they just don't appeal to mainstream Americans. So it's really in their best interest in 2028 if progressive candidates lose in the midterms.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Then, the next 2 years, they'd be like, all right, now we tried it. It was an experiment. Didn't work. We got to get behind Gavin Newsom.
We would have been on board with AOC or Ro Khanna or a progressive like that, but we just can't take that chance. You saw what happened in the midterms. I mean, it would be to their benefit.
Yeah.
So
let's pray they're not that cynical and evil. Well, look.
Yeah, I lost hope that they're not that cynical and evil a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, look, last week and this week,
I was Jennifer Welch. I was an MSNBC lib. Rachel Maddow every night. I mean, I was hardcore, totally in it. And then I saw what they did to Bernie, and I still bit the bullet. Still took my medicine, still voted for Hillary Clinton. And then what happened? For 4 years, all we heard was how progressives were crap. You guys cost us the election. It's your fault. If you didn't, it's Bernie's fault. All the Bernie bros, all of his supporters, they shit on us for 4 years. And I was like, Jesus Christ, we did what you asked us to do. You won the popular vote. You ran a shit candidate. I mean, even my husband, who's a lifelong Republican, he's not really. He thinks he is because his family always has been, but he's more of an independent. Does not hold or espouse Republican views really at all. So, it's just pretty much just how he's registered. But he didn't vote at all in 2016 because he was like, I don't even like either one of them.
Yeah.
So, and I had already told him, if you vote for Trump, I will file for divorce.
Word.
I wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
It wasn't a joke. It was like not. It was
because you're going to vote directly against my rights.
Not just that, but like I had already heard about the Katie Johnson story at that point. I knew, I'd spoken with her attorney, Lisa Bloom, about it. Like I already knew that he was deep in the Epstein stuff, and I already knew his history, how many women had accused him. So to me, it was like, that is a non-negotiable.
Wow.
Like that is a red line. No. But he didn't like him anyway, luckily for him. But yeah, he didn't vote at all. But he had said, if it was Bernie, if the Democrats had nominated Bernie, I would have voted for him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like they're already bringing out the Bernie bro thing again, like the song bros, and he's saying all this. Here's the rhetoric that he uses: "Suck my dick," and that, whatever. He says on stream. So they're gonna try it again. I just don't think it's gonna work 10 years later again.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna work. Like Hillary, I don't think the communist line's gonna work, man.
Well, especially
anyone under 40, it's not gonna fucking matter.
When if people were happy and their needs were being met, they could pay their bills. They weren't struggling, to get to work because they can't afford gas.
Right.
If it didn't seem like everything was just so chaotic right now, maybe this stuff would land. But people are like, look, do I give a shit what this guy is saying on stream when I can't feed my family, when I can't fill up my gas tank to get to work,
Yeah.
when I'm looking at like having to quit my job because I can't get to work because I can't
Yeah.
afford it, or I'm working multiple jobs and still can't afford healthcare. And yet I'm seeing, the wealthy getting more tax breaks, and these people just like flaunting it. It's
Yeah.
not even like they're trying to hide it anymore. Like, it's just in our faces, flaunting it. And you have the Donald Trump and his family making over $2 billion in the last 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I can't go to the doctor when I'm sick. I can't take my kid to the hospital if they have an emergency. That is a tipping point. That's when
Yeah.
people go, I don't give a shit.
And even on the Republican side, the Scott Besson clip that we played at the beginning of the show, where he's like, "Oh, this is Biden's economy, and it's Biden's fault." Like, we don't give a fuck whose fault it is. I can't afford to get to work. What the fuck are you doing?
Just
Exactly.
fix it and stop making it worse.
Right. Yeah.
Stop actively trying to make it worse.
And I don't know if you want to keep going a little extra. I don't know if you have time.
I do a little bit longer. I can't do
The
hour. But we can
okay,
go
not an hour. I can't. I got 25% left on the iPad. But because the making $1 billion from crypto, that leads right into the Joe Rogan clips that I sent you.
If I play a Rogan clip, we're gonna get demonetized.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he doesn't allow people to play his clips.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's a stingy one.
That's crazy because there's these channels like Too Lazy to Try, American Redact, Elephant Graveyard who play that's their whole channel is just keeping up with the Rogan sphere. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've played his clips before, and just short, tiny, because I just assume the way CNN works, you have to keep it a minute or under. And yeah, you get demonetized.
Wow.
The whole stream will get demonetized.
Wow. Okay, interesting. Well, long TLDR, folks. He had on Shane Gillis, Mark Norman, Ari Shaffir to talk about, just chit chat, whatever, other comedians. And Shane Gillis is clearly trying to have a career beyond Trump and is pushing back, trying to be seen, pushing back on Rogan, and brought up isn't it crazy that Trump is making now not only did he make $1 billion on crypto, he is trying to create a paid system.
Video, if anybody wants to look at it.
Yeah,
if
you can
anybody
look at
wants
the video.
to watch it, here's where you can find it.
Marco Foster on Twitter, shout out him for always being a great clipper. But Shane Gillis was saying that Trump is trying to make a $100,000 per month subscription tier for
he
Truth.
already did it.
He already did it.
He already did it. He's sued for it now. I just talked about it. Yeah.
Check out Gina's video on this to get the full story. To get access to the Truth Social so you could see his tweets early before anybody else, and then go place a bet on Kalshi or Polymarket, and then literally insider trading. Pay $100,000 a month to insider trade on my tweets. It's just blatant corruption. And Rogan goes, who do you think gave him that idea? He's got to have some weasel around him telling him that's a good idea. I got to get closer so I can tell. It's him. It calls coming from inside the toupee, stupid.
This is like what we were saying earlier. They can't make up their minds. Either he is the most alpha, boss, I'm in charge, I make all the decisions, it's my way or the highway type of guy, or he's just this poor little, I'm so insecure and I'm such a beta that I'm, and I'm such a cuck. I get led around by the nose by all these people who tell me to do horrible things, and I just can't think for myself. Like, make up your fucking minds. Which one is it? Like, but yeah, I literally just put this video up last night. It was the one about DJT stock and Truth Social and how the views are just tanking over there. But yeah, he's being sued by the Intercept news outlet and another organization because you can't. What they said in the lawsuit is you cannot hide from the public or I guess play favorites with who's going to get to see what a president puts out to the public, what should be public.
Right.
You know, he's not like hiding it from other people, but anybody who pays him $100,000 a month gets some, and it's, you could say it's maybe insignificant. It's like, 2 seconds early or something like that, or 1 second early. But that could make or break an investment.
For sure.
There are other organizations that do this. I can't remember if it's Bloomberg or what, but there are other organizations that give you early access to information. But what I said in my video is, and the point is, those people aren't making policy for the entire country.
Right.
Somebody's not happy.
I know. My wife just got home. The dogs are going crazy.
So, or maybe they are happy. Maybe they're too happy.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. It's totally different when you are making life and death decisions, war or peace decisions that affect every industry, that affect, not just, all of these warmongering industries, but also the economy, gas, everything. So
yeah, I mean, rewind the technology back a bit. This would be like if the president's having a press conference and you pay $100,000 to get in there early, and he gives the press conference, and then now everyone else can come in and the news can actually report on it. That's literally insider trading.
Yeah.
Do you want to run this QVC?
Yeah.
This QVC
let's
thing?
get to the fun stuff. We'll wrap it up with some fun stuff.
Yeah.
And so this video I came across, this is a QVC clip. This is people, anybody, maybe, I don't know. I guess everybody in the world gets QVC. I'm assuming it's international, but I don't know that for sure. So this is the like a home shopping network for anybody who doesn't know, who's maybe been, in a coma for the last 20 years. But this woman is talking about a wig that they're selling. So take a look.
To show the texture and this wave pattern. Again, it looks like you went and got a blow job at your blowout at your salon, and it looks beautiful.
All right, so here's what's happening today. We're having a huge beauty sale. Everything ships to you for free, but that goes away at the end of the day. I will remind you that this is a one-time only price.
Look, it happens. Like we were saying earlier, people misspeak all the time.
I saw a clip last night on Instagram of a guy who had that video playing off to the side, but then he pretended to be her, like he put on a woman's wig. He pretended to have the camera from the other angle. And he acted it out from like what her face looked like.
Oh, that's so funny.
Breaking it. It had millions of views. It was so freaking funny. Oh my God. That just
Folks,
cracked me up.
A tip from a filmmaker. If you ever flub a line, just keep going. Just correct yourself, keep going. Don't stop and acknowledge it. Don't laugh. Because then you're gonna highlight that you messed up. People go, wait, what did they say? Just keep going. But that is fucking hilarious. I love that clip. That's great.
It looks like you got a blowjob.
Now, can we segue into the last funny thing that I have, the Candace Owens thing? Because that's another misspeak.
let me look for that. What is the name of that channel?
The Twitter account is called Candace Owens Can't Read. It's one of my favorite Twitter accounts whenever I'm feeling down.
Is it Candace Owens Trying to Read?
Yes, Trying to Read. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. These are freaking hilarious.
They're so fucking great.
God. Oh my God.
Peruse at your convenience, folks.
Now, guys, what I want the audience to understand is she's not just saying this stuff like once.
Right.
Like she's not just saying these words one time, because everybody screws up. Like I've screwed up, Alex has screwed up. Like you know,
the
when
QVC lady screwed up.
Yeah, QVC lady's talking about blowjobs.
Yeah.
When you're just stream of consciousness and you're just speaking off the cuff, and sometimes your mouth is moving faster than your brain and you flub the word, you conflate two words, whatever. But she repeatedly says these words the wrong way, which tells you that she honestly doesn't know how to say them.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I want you to see here. So I have this queued up. Let me stop. Oop. Let me back it up. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to scroll through. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of these. It's a partnership between government and private insurance companies to price gauge. They make coverage. This usually gets stuck with a $10,000 bill. Because part of this price gauging is like you go to CVS and they decide on pricing, they blindfold you, they send you in there. People are saying no audio.
Yeah?
Can other people hear it?
I can hear it.
Yeah, I have the audio turned on. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me flip it off and turn it back on again.
Maybe you can turn it up. There's also a great plugin for Chrome called Volume X where you can also raise the volume on whatever tab that you have open. That's really helpful.
Okay, let me see here. Let me back it up for you guys. Back it up.
Back it up.
Back it up. Here we go again. Let me add her back to the screen. All right.
Okay. It's a partnership between the government and private insurance companies to basically price gauge. We're just going to deny you coverage. And so you're just going to get stuck with a $10,000 bill because part of this price gauging.
Price gouging. She's trying to say price gouging.
Yeah. Yes. And they decide on pricing. They blindfold you. They send you in there. It's all about price gauging and seeing how much money they can make. Okay. It's a partnership between.
Oh, yeah. So on two different occasions, she's saying it wrong. Price gauging instead of price. Somebody is still saying they can't hear it.
Ah, damn. Jesus. Well, we tried, folks. Go to Candace Owens Trying to Read on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know what is going
on. And peruse for yourself because there's so many. There's so many to choose from. They're all hilarious. Some of them are like a little bit more like, she flubbed the line. It's all right. But like some of them are clearly like there's another one that I saw right there where she says instead of pie in the sky, cream in the pie.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, she says cream in the pie.
Instead of cream of the crop.
She can't say the word Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Monstrosity, she says totally wrong.
Monstrosity.
Instead of chalets in Switzerland, she keeps saying shallots over and over again. Food, by the way. And then she talks about how the 4th of July, she thinks that was the Boston Tea Party.
Right. Yeah. The great anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. Hilarious.
She keeps using the word extrapolate, but totally in the wrong way. Like she says the word right, but she's using it in the completely wrong way in multiple sentences on different occasions. Yeah, unequivocal, she uses wrong.
Unequivocal.
She says completely wrong. Yeah,
go check it out, folks.
She can't say accolades. She says it, and I can't even say it the way she says it. Let me see if I hear it.
It's so unique, folks.
Yeah,
you got to see this.
Accolades. He says it over and over again. Accolades. You're certainly not going to win any accolades. Let me see if I can hear how she says obligatory. Obligatory. Instead of yeah, caricature. How does she say that? This caricature. Because if you're doing a chore, you're caring about doing your chores. Like what she's saying.
Folks, we'll leave you with that for this
Wait,
Flow Friday.
Wait, I have one more funny for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This was just something I saw on the Independent. So this is like the news outlet from the UK.
Yeah.
They must not know what Oprah and Dr. Phil look like because they got duped on this photo. So it was an article about Oprah Winfrey. She, I guess, was she was responding to people slamming her for being the one who gave us Dr. Phil and Dr.
Good. Fucking finally. I've been saying she got to get some fucking heat for that.
So I didn't read the article to see like what her response was, but because I came across this photo and I was like, what the fuck are they doing right now? Like, oh my God. Yard Clean One, thank you so much for the super chat. Totally appreciate that. So here's the photo that they shared of Oprah and Dr. Phil.
Oh my God.
That ain't Oprah and that ain't Dr. Phil. Okay.
Those are maybe people on Halloween or something.
That's what I said. I put in the comment section. I was like, oh, you screwed the pooch on this one. That is not Dr. Phil and Oprah.
Wow. That is so funny.
Those are either lookalikes and a contest or oh my God. Like they screwed it so
that is definitely like a lookalike contest or Halloween picture.
Yeah.
They put it into Google, Oprah and Dr. Phil, and somebody's Facebook picture popped up, and they were like, close enough, or we don't know what they look like.
So bad.
Which is
The
crazy.
Independent is a big news outlet. Like, you can afford to go to like Getty Images or, Shutterstock or Alamy or one of these outlets, one of these online sites where you can buy a photo of the actual people.
or even if they did Google it, you'd think like there'd be more pictures of real Oprah than random person's Facebook. This reminds me of when
so bad.
Aretha Franklin died, I believe. And Fox News put up a picture of somebody else.
Yes, wasn't it like Tina Turner or some other black singer?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my
she
God.
had like actual beef
So
with actually.
But
that's crazy. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. What a way to go into the weekend.
Laugh my ass off. Oh no, you didn't. Oh my God. It's so bad.
That's so funny.
Anyway, yeah. So thanks everybody for watching, for sticking with us. We ran a little overtime here. We hope you guys enjoyed the laughs for the weekend. But yeah, we will be back next Friday with another Ant Flow Friday where we will be ragging and raging and letting it flow freely, talking shit about a lot of people. And so, but go follow Alex over at Devil's Advocate Productions here or wherever you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, wherever. Follow me, please, hit subscribe for both of us. I'm at Raw News and Politics over on YouTube and also now Twitch as well. So got to get some subscribers over there. So where my people at over on Twitch?
Yeah. And Gina Bonanno on Twitter and Blue Sky. I don't know if you're on Instagram. I don't use Instagram.
Yeah, my name is different in a lot of places. So just
I'm Devil's Advocate C
Gina
on Twitter and Blue
Bonanno,
Sky.
Raw News and Politics.
Raw News and Politics. That'll get you there.
All news and all variations. I'm over on TikTok too. I think I'm Raw News and Politics over there. I might be Gina Bonanno Limos. I don't know. Variations of my name.
And thank you all for watching. Yeah, go. I am on vacation, on location. Been having withdrawal from not being on camera. So thank you very much for making this work. I'm glad it did work. I'm at 18% now. So we're the
Jesus.
iPad's telling me to
Yeah.
go relax and hop in the pool with my wife.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go do that. And I did actually put out a couple YouTube shorts I'm trying out, and TikToks at Devil's Advocate C, which is the same thing on Twitter and Blue Sky, about House of the Dragon, X-Men 97, and today the Spider-Verse Part 3 trailer got leaked by from Sony. So, and that looked amazing. It's on Twitter, go look for it, but it's 4 minutes of footage from the new Spider-Verse movie coming out next year. I'm very excited for it, but go check it out, folks. And yeah, give us what are you doing? Like the stream, share the stream, tell people we're here.
Yeah.
Let it
And then
flow.
definitely tune in next week, guys. Like I said, I'm going to have Mark Mitchell on. So we'll be talking about the polling, what he's seeing from a right winger's perspective, from a MAGA guy, Trump voter. So yeah.
I'm very interested. And this Space TV, folks. We're trying to build a working class collective. You know, Hassan is out here and getting this media attention. And if he goes the way of Charlie Kirk, which he was worried about when that happened, you know, we need more voices. It can't just be him. You know, and it's not. You know, there are many voices, but it can't just be him. It can't just be DSA. I mean, DSA is beneficial because it is decentralized. It is a democratic, really, truly democratic organization. So I encourage everyone to join DSA. I have. But we need more commentators like Hassan, more big voices spreading the good word of progressivism, of socialism, of these policies, whatever you want to call it. I don't call myself a socialist because I don't know enough about it. Like I barely call myself an artist, and I've been drawing since I could hold a pencil. You know what I mean? So I'm of the left. Gina's of the left. Everyone on this space is of the left to different varying degrees. We have debates, we have conversations. We just launched a panel show on Thursdays, the Space Station, and we are live Monday through Thursdays. If your favorite, there's the dog right here. It's Rudy. This is who was making all the noise earlier. Yeah. He wants to go outside too. I know. All right, I'll wrap it up here, folks. Thank you so much for watching. And go
thank
join
you
this
all
space.
so much. Yakov, thank you. Appreciate all of you in the chat and everybody for watching. Cute puppy. Cute puppy. All right.
Enjoy your weekend, folks.
Alex, you enjoy your vacation.
Thank you.
We'll chat for a minute as soon as I hang up. All right, guys. Thanks again.
Peace
Love you
out.
all.